You can find him on Twitter at Mr. Atheist Pants, and he's probably, I would say, one of the most well-known firebrand atheists for sure. Come on up, David. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you. All right. Wow, that was a great time, wasn't it? Yeah. That was a great walk. You know, that tunnel that they put us through with the singing. I wanted to before I get into the speech, I want to attract your attention to something. That tunnel was organized. That tunnel was organized for us, which means they talked about us to the entire assembly. Now, when I put up billboards, one of the audiences that we put up for the billboards, one of the audiences for our billboards are the closeted atheists. And the best thing that can happen when we put up a billboard is when the preachers complain about us to their flock. And that's exactly what the Mormon Church did today. They told everybody that we exist, that we're organized, and that we're right here. And they garnered volunteers to come meet us. That's because they think we're relevant. That's because they're afraid of our message. But the point is that our message just got into that temple because of the size of this group and because of the work of Dan Ellis and the rest of Atheists of Utah. So thank you very much. Now, folks, I was a lucky kid. I've always been an atheist, and though my parents disagreed with me, they made me attend religious school anyway. They never threatened me because of my atheism. My parents never considered throwing me out of the house. And I never felt unloved or unwanted because I didn't believe in my parents' mythologies. I've always been outspoken. I've always felt safe. Like I said, I had it easy growing up. But as I've learned, the Mormon lifestyle is far less tolerant of such dissent. Mormons shun as a matter of practice. Some Mormons organize against apostates, trying their best to punish anyone daring to leave the perfect, true church. Mormonism urges believers to avoid working with outsiders, just like all the other cults in this country, right? That's what they do. And this is clearly visible in the complete inability that American Atheists has had to publicize our convention. Of the eight billboard companies based in Salt Lake City, none of them would take our money. None of them would put up a billboard for us. We had to go to a non-Utah based company to get our billboards up. The malls in this country, the malls in Salt Lake City, wouldn't carry our advertisements because of moral grounds. Now these are not hard ads. These were pictures of the Monette family, frankly, smiling family, students smiling, saying, "Hey, we're having a convention, come join us." That was too immoral. It was too much to ask, and we were forced to spend less money in Salt Lake City because our views are antithetical to the teachings of the Mormon Church. So let's talk about Islam. In Saudi Arabia, new laws have been passed declaring talking about atheism a terrorist act. In Pakistan and Bangladesh, atheists sit today on death row in some places for the heinous crimes of blogging and talking and drawing. Indeed, even in England, insulting Islam is a punishable offense. We all look at these cases with a combination of wonder and disgust. But when we take a broader look, we can see a pattern emerging and the clear direction that things are going. Now, it's hard to read underwater. Folks, religion lives to make itself stronger, and many religious leaders will do anything to preserve their lifestyle of being rich and beyond reproach. So we see Muslims doing the same things as Mormons, which is anything they can do to squelch opposition. in countries where Islam is the law, Islam will do anything up to and including murder to stop people from questioning or criticizing its so-called perfect tenets. This is not just about punishment, it's about intimidation. If you see somebody executed for blasphemy, you're much less likely to do that yourself. Now, here in Salt Lake City, the Mormon Church, thankfully, cannot execute you for being an apostate. But they can do anything they like, anything they can to make your life hell. Now, one commenter, I was going to go into that, but there was a commenter on the Fox 13 website that I really would like to read. Here's the quote. "It is impossible for anyone who hasn't considered leaving to understand the isolating and the frightening experience it can be to leave the LDS faith without support." By the way, support like you. "The anger and the backlash that comes at you from every single angle in the state. The true feel of hatred towards you that comes from many, certainly not all, is overwhelming. And I know many of you simply can't understand because you haven't been there. I have, and I have never experienced more hatred in my entire life. Family members that pretend you don't exist, not because you pushed your belief on them, but because they pushed their belief on you and you said no." This is the same methodology that Islam uses. Both religions use fear and intimidation, not reason and education, to stop people from leaving. They don't say, "Here, let me explain to you why seer stones make sense." They say, "Stay with us and thank you."
I don't want you moving your fancy tablet.
That's my fancy tablet. They say, "Stay with us and tithe properly, or you will be exposed and shunned as an outsider." It's not ethical. It's not moral. It is terrorism, and it is the mark of the desperate. It's not just, of course, Mormonism and Islam. Christianity is no different, and neither is Judaism. In fact, almost all religions have tenets that treat dissent as sin and urge the exile of unbelievers. All religion is afraid of dissent because no religion can withstand scrutiny. Religions are desperate to stop people from discussing how silly their tenets are. They don't want atheists talking to Mormons about seer stones because that will just make more atheists. The reason they desperately throw anything they can at doubters is to stop them from leaving. I should say, that is the reason that they throw everything they can at people to stop them from leaving or even voicing their concerns. And they're right to do so, ladies and gentlemen, because again, discussion and education about religion leads inevitably to atheism. We have seen this over and over. The growth of the internet has led to an irreversible growth in atheism because the internet facilitates the very discussion and discourse that religion fears so much. Atheism, on the other hand, has no fear of knowledge because, well, we're right. So I gave my daughter a Bible and I told her to read it, and I reassured her that I have unconditional love for her even if she gets religion. This is the crazy stuff that you'll never hear from the moral people in the church, because unconditional love and thorough education is simply bad for the religion business. They call us immoral, but there is nothing moral about splitting up families to preserve a scam. Religion claims to be the source of love, but religion cannot offer the dogma-free, unconditional love that atheists can offer. Atheism has a monopoly on religious truth and unconditional love. No God who punishes dissenters can claim to offer unconditional love, by definition, right? But people can. I can, and you can. And I can also say this without hesitation. No religion is more important than family, and any religion that claims to be more important than family is unworthy of money or time or respect. There's one more point I'd like to make. You are not only atheists and ex-Mormons, you are activists. You are not only taking steps today to better your own lives, but you are making it easier for others to do so. Just as the Mormon Church uses publicity against those who wish to leave, so are we using publicity to help those same people to do exactly that. Those closeted atheists among the ranks of Mormonism, and you know there were some of them on those sidewalks right there. Okay, those closeted atheists need to know you are here, and they will know that they have a support base when they leave. They need to know about Atheists of Utah and American atheists and the throngs of ex-Mormons who have made it out of the cult of Mormonism and into the world of freedom and reality. They need to know that a life of rationality and reason is here in Salt Lake City waiting for them, and it is far superior to the lies and the hypocrisy of the closed and sheltered society in which they live today. They need you to soften the blow, to de-demonize the A word for them. So by taking a stand today, you are strengthening your society by paving the way for tomorrow's outed atheists. You, who are here today, are embarking on the rest of your lives. It's hard and it's scary, I know. But as you do it, you are not only improving your lives, but you are making it easier for the other closeted atheists who are still feeling trapped by their church to escape. And this is why leaving Mormonism in a public manner like we did today is not only doing well, it is doing good. And good, yeah. And good should be rewarded. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm offering you all a free one-year membership at American Atheists. And if you just fill out the forms, there are membership forms on the table. They have prices on them. Don't worry about that. Just fill out your name and address, your email address, and you have a free one-year membership to American Atheists because you participated in this event today. Also, if you go to atheists.org/exmo, atheists.org/exmo, you can buy tickets to the annual convention at the member price. Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, we have full day passes, but we also have day passes. So weekend passes and day passes, they're now available and they're much cheaper. Ladies and gentlemen, American Atheists makes the best and largest atheist parties in the country. And this year is no exception. Hundreds and hundreds of atheists are coming to Salt Lake City. And we're gathering at April 17th to the 20th at the Hilton to celebrate Reason. And I hope you will all go to atheists.org/exmo to take advantage of this opportunity. Now, in closing, I just want to tell you that I'm really proud to be here today with you and to welcome you to the adult table. Here's something that you will not hear from religion. I encourage you to read everything, engage in debate, and challenge ideas with which you disagree. Even if they're my ideas, it's okay. I encourage you to encourage your children to do the same. And if they make a mistake and fall into the trap of religion, I urge you to love them anyway. That's crazy stuff, I know. But embracing reality means not fearing dissent. And skepticism means, indeed, encouraging dissent. Because only through dissent and discussion can we learn the difference between science and seer stones. Thank you very much.